Hi all, it's Laughing, and today I'm going to have another look at one of these crests, the Claydol Crest in particular. Most of the crests, of course, are fairly straightforward in what they do. It's just a matter of perhaps they'll increase the stats a certain amount or increase your defences in a certain way. But I think the Claydol one is another one that's not well described in the description here, so I'll quickly show you what they've got for it. It says the Claydol Crest, its special attacks use its defence stat. Beam moves are boosted, but it doesn't say specifically how much they're boosted. Is it 50%, 100%? How much? We don't know. And there's also a couple of other strange aberrations that I found on it as well. So I'll show you what I found. So for this to work best, we need to have a look at our Claydol's stats. So Claydol has a decent defense stat. So to get this to work best, you're going to have to maximum out your defense to get it as high as possible, because when you wear the crest, that will become your special attack stat. So I've gone for a bold one, which increases defense and reduces attack. The attack is obviously not going to be used. You could probably get away with using one that reduces special attack, because as your special attack is going to be the same as your defense stat, doesn't matter what this is. The only problem you might have, of course, is if a Pokemon uses knockoff and takes your crest off, in which case your Claydol will then be useless. So just watch out for that. But yeah, so I've got myself a bold one. I've leveled it up to 50 at the moment. Eevee trained it fully in its defences, 252 in defence and special defence, to get that defence stat as high as possible. So I've got it at 167, which is about double what my special attack is. So I'm expecting when I put the crest on, a standard move like Earth Power should do about double damage. So I'm just going to check that out, that is actually the case. So let's have a look. See what it really does. So we've got an Aldino 60, so let's try a Earth Power. So that does, crikey, how little does that do? Not even a quarter, I would say. Maybe a fifth damage, approximately, maybe even a sixth. Let's just try another one. So it's taken 3, so it's just, I would say it's about a fifth. I would say that's about a fifth. 2 more, just about. Okay. Okay, so I've popped the crest now on the Claydol, and I'll just see what the difference is. Hopefully it'll do about 2/5 damage, if things are working out right. Let's have a look. Yeah, just under half. That's about right, I would say. So it looks like that's true. It's doubled our attack by putting the crest on. Okay, let's explore these beam moves next. Okay, so next up, I'm going to try Hyper Beam without the crest on, just to see how much we get from that. So it does again. Let's have a look. Just over it, well, not even a third, a quarter perhaps, just under a quarter, I would say. Yeah, just under, maybe 2/5 again, there or thereabouts. Okay. Claydol is now wearing its crest again, so let's see how much more a crested Hyper Beam does. Obviously it's going to do double, but at least double, but how much more? Let's see. So last time it took me down to just where the point of the V is, roughly there. So let's see what we get this time. Okay, so it didn't do a great deal more. It looks to me as though it's not much more than double. So it's only been boosted perhaps by 20%, 25%, if that, I would say. But more significantly, you don't have to recharge. The Hyper Beam is good to go immediately. Okay, I was paralysed, but I don't have to recharge. So that is a huge difference. So I would suggest it's giving you perhaps maybe 1.25 on top of the standard hyper beam. But of course you're boosted with your attack stat being your special attack, plus you don't have to recharge. So that's very significant. So I'm going to have a look at solar beam next. Okay, so next up we're going to have a look at a solar beam without the crest. Now unfortunately I'm going to have to absorb light on the first turn. So if I get paralysed it might not work. But let's try it. So we're taking in sunlight, secret power, don't paralyse me. It paralyses you every time. Alright, we've got the solar beam, and again, a fifth perhaps, slightly less than hyper beam, which took us to there, so yeah. Okay, let's see what happens when we put the crest on. So I've got the crest back on, so I'll try solar beam with the crest on. I was just looking at hyper beam actually. Oops. So it's now, hyper beam's power is 150. So if it's about 20-25% more with this crest on, its base power is around 185, 190. That's huge, and you don't have to recharge. So that has become a hugely significant move. It really is. It's extremely powerful. So I was just thinking I was going to check out charge beam, but of course charge beam's power is so low, even with a boost, if you get a boost after it, it's not going to compare with the likes of that or solar beam. So, wow. Anyway, let's have a look at a solar beam. This is quite interesting as well. So with the crest on, you will see that you do not have to charge on the first turn. You don't have to, you can just use it straight off. There's no turn to absorb light. Bang. And again, well that's done significantly more. Oh yes, sorry, that's about right, isn't it? Again, probably about 1 1/4. 20 to 25% I would say more than normal. But the added bonus is you don't have to take a turn. It's just one turn. So these moves now have become extremely powerful. Okay, so the last thing I want to look at is cosmic power, the effects of that. Obviously, cosmic power raises your defense and special defense by 1 stage. I'm just wondering if that increase also transfers, your increase in defense also transfers to your special attack. Is your special attack stat set as you are before you start increasing other stats, or will it transfer to that as well? Will it be like a quiver dance and increase 3 stats? So let's just explore that. So I'll probably do 2 cosmic powers and then see what the difference is, so we can see if there's a significant increase. Hyper beam took just over half off as it was, so let's try cosmic power. Probably going to get Lincoln paralysed here, of course. So that's 2. So let's see. Hyper beam previously with the crest on did just over half damage. So let's see what it does. How can you miss twice? It's 90%. You've got to be joking. Okay. Oh, wow. So therefore, it seems that cosmic power's increase in your defense also transfers to your special attack. So which means Claydol carrying a crest, using cosmic power becomes an absolute beast. So if you can get a couple of cosmic powers under your belt, this thing is pretty much unstoppable. Obviously it's a little slow, but I mean, you can get a few cosmic powers on it, then give yourself some healing items, get yourself back up to full health. This thing is a real handful. It really is. So that's a huge difference to a Claydol wearing this crest. It really is massive. So there we go. Just thought I'd share my little analysis with you. Catch you again.